place to call, but the construction of the dark portal is complete. Where Aragast's temple was sundered, we may once again freely coax the beings of the warp into reality. The portal radiates ruinous power. Celebrate as you witness the constructs of lesser beings tainted and laid to waste around it.
Say, these Sparky boys are just as hard as those poor space marines. Makes for a good testy stop for that Kyrus git.
Interlopers, come to witness the glory of the dark portal. Draw near then. Watch as the entropy of the warp claims and cripples flesh and steel. We shall savor your despair.
Working on that gear up, boss!
Well, hey everybody, welcome back. It's still Dawn of War 2 Retribution time. I'm still Nagaroth. I have Corvus Moore returning with me.
Hey up there.
Hey. And we are on very chilly planet, Minos Iceworks, I think is the name of this particular stage. I think this is Calderis. Is that the jungle planet?
And now you're fighting the spiky boys.
Yeah, we're fully fighting chaos now. We saw them a bit in one of the earlier stages, but this particular stage is nothing but chaos. We're going to start seeing some shrines, some heretics. Actually, we just destroyed a shrine of corn. A shrine of corns in particular are basically enemy spawners, and they also increase the damage of any nearby units. They're kind of negatable whether or not you should actually worry about destroying them. But
Chaos boys are pretty hard, so you might as well get rid of them.
Yeah, well, I think mostly they'll spawn heretics, which are like the very base infantry unit. They're not too much to deal with unless they have grenade launchers. If they have grenade launchers, though, they're kind of an irritant. But the real irritant right now is pink flamethrowers.
Are you sure about that, or what? Why don't you talk about the Doom Marines?
Doom Marines. No, yeah, we actually met our first noise marine there, which is.
Never mind. Continue. Noise Marines.
No. What about the Doom Marines?
No, I just got the name wrong. It's been a while since I've heard about those Slanish warriors.
Oh, did you think those were the?
It's the Doom Siren. That was it. Part of their
Doom
equipment.
Siren.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be the name of the gun.
Yeah, it's a bit of face wear. But yeah. Sonic Blaster and Blaster Master are the gun names.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. But yeah, this is I think it's pretty much the only real Slaanesh appearance or Slaanesh-based units that appear in the Dawn of War 2 series. I don't think any appear in Dawn of War 1, but yeah, that's the Noise Marines are fairly annoying. You may notice or have noticed in that previous fight that a little image would appear or a symbol would appear above some of the Orks' heads. That's the symbol of Slaanesh. And basically, that's to indicate that that particular unit is under the effects of the Sonic Blaster, which it makes it so that none of your ranged weapons works, which is utterly annoying if you're completely ranged based. So, like right now, anybody with that Slaanesh symbol cannot fire.
That's not sure about Orc for Orc boys.
I think it is. I think even for it might be kind of hard to see right now, but you may notice I have a very large robot out. That is the Killacan, or a Death Dread.
It's got 3 arms, so yeah, it's a Killacan.
Yeah. Well, I think normally whenever you pop them out, they're called a Death Dread. It might just be like a misnomer with how they're named in the game. But since this is actually one of the Honor Guard units, the Death Dread or the Killacan, and I think they actually have like minorly different names.
It's a fun unit as well because the Orc inside has to be wired in using a pain boy. They're basically surgeons. But they love every second of it because it just makes them bigger, killier, and tougher.
Yeah, and they I think they pretty much also keep their normal cognizance. Like they're still an orc.
Well, yeah, of
As
course.
opposed-
There's no
as-
point having anything else in there. It's got to be killy, so it's got to be an orc.
Yeah, but in the case of like a dreadnought, you kind of lose some sense of being once you're strapped in the machine.
Well, it's more in the fluff material. It's just whenever they're old, they just start wearing out. But there's quite a big turnaround on dreadnoughts and such, so that's not much of an issue.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember. There's also I think I can't remember the name of it, but it's like some Eldar suit of armor.
Yeah, you're thinking of the Wraith Guard. And then there's the Wraith Lord himself, who's like the dreadnought. It's basically ghosts infusing the Wraith Lord.
Well, no, I want to say there was an Eldar story where it was like one of the I think it's a Phoenix Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, where basically like you get this massive amount of power from wearing this armor, but the armor is more or less a collection of souls.
It's basically like the psychic imprint is the strongest, and it just overpowers anyone who tries to wear the armor. It's how they get reborn. Pretty handy.
Yeah, except any semblance of who that person wearing the armor was kind of gets thrown into the collective.
Besides, let's not talk about pansies. Let's talk about the orcs. So, what other honor guard options do you have?
Right now we've actually replaced Brickfist, the Storm Knob, with his honor guard of the meaner, greener knobs, which are the large gentlemen with hammers. The reason I like to go with them is that they have a lot of life, and they do a lot of damage. Well, I was just going to say, they normally don't get really affected by knockback or, silence effects or anything like that, so they're just really good for rushing forward and slaughtering everything in front of them.
You gotta love the whole progression to a knob. It's just, the more fight and the more success they have, the bigger and badder they get, and that's how they get the ranks.
Yeah, and then they just become the boss of all the other smaller grots and boys. And
Yep. Get to lead their own war or something.
yeah, as long as they stay alive, don't do anything stupid. Well, too stupid.
They can be stupid as long as they get away with it.
Yeah, as long as they can keep 70-60% of their body.
No,
they don't even need a head.
All they need is a head. And the head can easily
Yeah.
be transplanted onto a new body.
Yeah, or just stick it on like an RC card. They can control it with their tongue.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I also mentioned the Killacan before. That is the Mr. Nailbrain's replacement. It, depending on how you power up Mr. Nailbrain, it can actually be pretty devastating, honor guard unit. Like, one of the improvements that Nailbrains can get is basically just having him out will automatically repair vehicles. And thusly, normally vehicles won't, regain health like normal infantry units when you're outside of combat. With Mr. Nailbrain's upgrade, that killer can will just constantly be regenerating health. And also, I think another upgrade will just basically one time for every mission after it dies, it'll just pop back up to life.
Always nice.
Yeah, and it's especially for the super heavy unit that you get later when you don't have to spend a lot of requisition and energy again. It just kind of immediately pops back up to life. It's kind of addictive.
And I'm sure if they put an animation in for it, it would just be the mech just smacking it with the biggest wrench you can find.
Yeah, I mean there is a very slight animation for it, but it just doesn't make sense. It will explode, and then in the midst of that explosion, it just keeps on walking. It's I'm glad I exploded. I don't care.
Yep. Ooh, there's a Chaos Dreadnoughts. Chaos are one of the few races that actually loathe their own Dreadnoughts. They're terrified by going inside it.
Yeah, because they do have some sort of sentience. After someone goes to Chaos, you don't completely lose control. But to get put into a Chaos Dreadnought is basically you no longer control anything. You just get a mark put on you, mark of Khorne, whatever, and you just get commanded completely what to do. You basically You're a big robot zombie at that point.
Yeah, it also pretty much halts their path to true daemonhood, which is what most Chaos Marines aspire to.
Of course, except you know, you can only have so many daemons out there before you all start getting jealous. So that's kind of actually the plot of the Chaos storyline. Is basically you want to ascend, but also Kyrus wants to ascend, and it's basically a huge dick waving competition.
Yeah, that's basically what Chaos do throughout the Eye of Terror all the time.
Yeah,
It's very rare that they actually join together and come outside.
it's probably for the best though. I don't think it would really fare too well for anybody else if, you know, Chaos Undivided wasn't anything more than just a plot device.
It's a bit of a weird target as well. Destroying a portal.
Yeah, I know it was mentioned, at least in the opening, about, you know, we're going to do something that even the Great Alkair couldn't do, which is, I think, a reference to Chaos Rising, where the entire point of the game was to summon, basically, an avatar of Nurgle, who I think was called...
One.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's the Great Unclean was basically the super heavy unit